Well, if you specifically pray these 2 rak'ahs for this reason, this is not permissible. This is an innovation, because the Prophet did not do it, alayhi salatu salam, and he supplicated that Allah guides the non-Muslims to Islam without doing these 2 rak'ahs nafil after every prayer or after any prayer. So these 2 rak'ahs would become, because of this particular reason, would become an innovation. And you ask Allah Azza wa Jal to guide mankind, and if Allah wished it, He would have guided them all to Islam. So the Prophet ﷺ did not ask Allah to guide all of humanity and all of non-Muslims. He supplicated and he asked Allah to guide certain people, like in the case when At-Tufail Ad-Dawsi came to him and he tried to call his people to Islam. They would not comply and listen to him, so he came to the Prophet and he asked the Prophet ﷺ to ask Allah to bestow his wrath on them, and the Prophet asked Allah to guide them to Islam, and they all came Muslims. So the Prophet did not guide the whole humanity, did not ask the whole humanity to, did not ask Allah to guide the whole of humanity to Islam, though he wanted this and he tried his best to do so. So I believe that asking Allah to guide all non-Muslims to become Muslim, it would be exaggeration, and it would be extravagance in dua, and Allah forbade us from this, and the Prophet ﷺ forbade us from asking Allah something like that. It is like a person asking Allah Azza wa Jal that He grants him the beauty of Yusuf, the wisdom of David, the power of Sulaiman, the long life of Noah, and the perfection of the Prophet ﷺ. And he said Allah is capable of doing this. Yes, but you are exaggerating and you are extravagant in your dua. It is like Abdullah ibn Mughaffal, may Allah be pleased with him, the companion, when he heard his son supplicating, and he said, "Oh Allah, I ask you to grant me the white palace in paradise to the right hand side of the people entering paradise." So he's assuming that the minute you enter paradise, on your right there would be a white palace, and he wants this first white palace. So Abdullah, may Allah be pleased with him, told him, "My son, ask Allah for paradise and seek refuge in Him from hellfire, because I've heard the Prophet ﷺ that there would come people from his followers who would be extravagant in their dua and in performing wudu, and what you're doing is one of this, and Allah knows best." No, this is not true. This is a known way in Arabic of glorifying a person. So an individual could refer to himself as we, and it is like a king or the Queen of England. When she writes a decree, says that we, the Queen of England, have ruled that so-and-so be so-and-so, or that this person becomes a sir or to be knighted or whatever. So she refers to herself as we, in the sense that she is glorifying herself, and Allah, of course, without no doubt, is the one who is to be glorified, and this is why Allah Azza wa Jal glorifies Himself by saying we to Himself, and Allah knows best.